It was a night that etched itself into the deepest recesses of my memory, a night filled with terror that still haunts my waking hours. The moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie pallor over my room. I nestled under my blankets, exhaustion tugging at my eyelids. Little did I know that this night would plunge me into a horrifying ordeal. As I drifted into slumber, an invisible shroud descended upon me. My body turned heavy, limbs rendered useless, as if held captive by an unseen force. Panic clawed at my chest, and I tried to scream, but only a faint rasp escaped my lips. Trapped in the void between sleep and wakefulness, I felt utterly vulnerable. Shadows twisted and contorted on the walls, morphing into grotesque shapes that seemed to leer at me. The air grew frigid, and a guttural whisper, like a malicious chant, slithered through the room. My heart raced as I struggled to move, to break free from the grip of paralysis, but my efforts were in vain. Then, a presence materialized, a malevolent figure cloaked in darkness. Its eyes gleamed with a sickly light, fixed on me with a chilling intensity. The room seemed to pulse with its sinister aura, and a suffocating fear enveloped me. I wanted to look away, to escape its gaze, but my eyes were locked in place. The figure drew closer, a cruel smile stretching across its featureless face. I could sense its hunger, its thirst for my fear. My mind screamed for release, for escape from this waking nightmare. But I remained trapped, my struggles futile against the spectral chains that bound me. With an agonizing slowness, the figure leaned down, its breath icy against my skin. I felt a pressure on my chest, as though an unseen weight was bearing down on me. My heart raced, and I could hear my own frantic heartbeat echoing in my ears. The whispers grew louder, a cacophony of taunts and jeers that threatened to shatter my sanity. And then, just as abruptly as it began, the paralysis released its hold on me. I jolted upright, gasping for air as if emerging from a watery abyss. The room was empty, the shadows innocuous once more. But the terror lingered, a festering wound in the depths of my psyche. Night after night, I became ensnared in this malevolent dance between wakefulness and paralysis. The figure's visits grew more frequent, its presence more suffocating. Each encounter left me more broken, more afraid. I researched endlessly, seeking a way to banish this nocturnal demon, but every attempt ended in failure. Sleep became a battleground, a realm where my mind was ensnared by nightmares beyond comprehension. Days blurred together as the cycle of dread continued unabated. I was a prisoner in my own mind, shackled to a horror that defied explanation. As the nights wore on, I felt my grip on reality slipping. The line between dreams and wakefulness blurred, and the figure's whispers echoed in my waking moments. My once vibrant life withered, overshadowed by the omnipresent dread. Friends and family noticed my decline, their concerned glances mere pinpricks against the weight of my torment. And then, one fateful night, the figure did more than just visit. It reached out, its ethereal fingers brushing against my skin with a nauseating coldness. I felt an overwhelming surge of dread, a sensation of being dragged into an abyss of despair. The whispers grew deafening, their words like knives carving into my mind. I fought with all my strength, every fiber of my being, to break free. But this time, there was no release. The figure's grip tightened, its laughter a maddening crescendo in my ears. And as I writhed in the clutches of this malevolent force, my mind shattered like fragile glass, the shards scattering into the darkness. In the end, I was lost, a casualty of an unrelenting horror that consumed me whole. The figure's victory was complete, its sinister purpose fulfilled. And as the world continued to turn, my existence was reduced to a mere footnote in the annals of a nightmare that knew no end.